was winding down for Alexandros, though it brought him no peace or comfort. Little ever did. Instead, he considered his next moves carefully. His brothers would oppose him if he was too ostentatious, and such opposition could ruin his end goal. He had to be pragmatic. He had to have a strong unit with which to work. This would include some of the Sirens. Would it include his youngest daughter, however? The question burned Alexandros daily. On one hand, he wanted nothing more than to be rid of Talise, as he had grown weary of her insolence and lack of respect. On the other hand, her power was like nothing he had ever seen from her sisters and nieces, and even possibly surpassed Nemesine's. The thought of his late wife drove daggers into him, and he quickly dismissed her from his mind. She had made her choices, and her choices hadn't included him. Why should his include her? In the end, she had opted to die to protect Talise. Talise had been the nail in Nemesine's coffin. If Nemesine had chosen him over their daughter, she would still be alive. His choice wavered toward ending Talise. But there was still that power. It pained him to admit, but nothing could compare to Talise's abilities to wipe out entire civilizations. If she could do it to human civilizations, who was to say she couldn't do it to others? He needed that power, that ability to cleanse the old for something new. He sat down, a begrudging realization weighing on him. He needed Talise. He had done part of the work of breaking her when she was sent to the correction rooms. She might have been mouthy and insolent, but she was never outright defiant. He would just have to find another way to bring her around to his needs. He would use her for the next phase and end her when he no longer required her power. The thought eased his mind. There was still the pressing issue of the book, however. He knew good and well who could have taken it from him. Both of his brothers shared his power, and breaking through wards would have been well within their abilities. But how had they managed to do it without being caught? And why? What was their plan? Did they even know the importance of that book? If they did, surely they wouldn't have done something so foolhardy as to send it to the human world, even if humans' energies did impede his ability to locate it. They were no better equipped at keeping tabs on it themselves. The question disconcerted him. None of them could attack the others unprovoked, lest the remaining brother take the side of one attacked. If Zernobo attacked Alexandros, Mwanga would move in to defend Alexandros. Any attempt to kill one brother nearly guaranteed the involvement of the third. However, other plans could be made. Alexandro was well aware of this. In fact, he was banking on it. No outright acts of war could be committed, but sabotage was not out of the question. Could one of his brothers be plotting against him? If so, he knew who would be the most likely to do so. Alexandros needed to move quickly. If he was going to carry out his plan successfully, he needed to build his strength undetected. He needed to find his book and uncover what plans had been made for it. Most importantly, he had to make a willing soldier out of Talise.